Qorin'tiyim2, 2 Corinthians chapters 7 through 9. Having then these promises, beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all defilement of the flesh and spirit, perfecting Kodashah in the reverence of Elohim. Make room for us. We wronged no one. We corrupted no one. We exploited no one. I do not say this to condemn, for I previously said that you are in our hearts, to die together and to live together. Great is my boldness of speech toward you. Great is my boasting on your behalf. I have been filled with encouragement. I overflow with joy in all our pressure. For indeed, when we came into Macedonia, our flesh had no rest, but we were hard pressed on every side, conflicts without, fears within. But Elohim, who encourages the downcast, encouraged us by the coming of Titus, and not only by his coming, but also by the encouragement with which he was encouraged over you when he reported to us your longing, your mourning, your ardor for me, so that I greatly rejoiced. For even if I made you sad with my letter, I do not regret it, though I did regret it. For I perceive that the same letter made you sad, even if for an hour. I now rejoice, not that you were made sad, but that you were saddened into repenting. For you were made sad according to Elohim, so that you suffered no loss from us. For sadness according to Elohim works repentance to deliverance, not to be regretted, but the sadness of the world works death. For see how you have been saddened according to Elohim, how much eagerness it worked in you, indeed clearing of yourselves, indeed displeasure, indeed reverence, indeed longing, indeed ardor, indeed righting of wrong. In every way you proved yourselves to be clear in the matter. So although I wrote to you, it was not for the sake of him who had done the wrong, nor for the sake of him who suffered wrong, but for the sake of revealing our diligence for you before Elohim. For this reason, we have been encouraged in your encouragement, and we rejoiced exceedingly more for the joy of Titus, because his spirit has been refreshed by all of you. Because if I have boasted somewhat about you to him, I am not ashamed. But as we spoke to you in all truth, even so our boasting to Titus was found true. And his tender feelings are greater for you as he remembers the obedience of all of you, as you received him with fear and trembling. I rejoice that in every way I am of good courage by reason of you. Now, brothers, we make known to you the favor of Elohim, which has been given in the assemblies of Macedonia, that in much trial of pressure the overflowing of their joy and their deep poverty overflowed into the riches of their generosity, because I bear witness that according to their ability and beyond their ability they gave voluntarily, begging us with much urgency for the favor of taking part in this service to the Kodashim. And not as we had expected, they gave themselves first to the Adon and then to us by the desire of Elohim, that we should urge Titus that as he had begun, so he would also complete this kind gift in you as well. But as you excel in every way, in belief and speech and knowledge and all diligence, and in your love for us, that you should excel in this kind gift as well. I speak not by command, but I am proving the genuineness of your love by the eagerness of others. For you know the favor of our Adon Yahushua HaMashiach, that being rich, he became poor for your sake, so that you might become rich through his poverty. And in this I give an opinion. It is to your advantage not only to be doing what you began and were desiring to do a year ago, and now also complete the work, that as with readiness in desiring it, so there also should be a completion out of what you have. For if the readiness is present, it is well received according to what one has, not according to what he does not have. Not, however, that others should be eased and you hard pressed, but by fair sharing, that now at this time you are plenty for their need, so that their plenty might also be for your need, that there might be fair sharing. As it has been written, He who gathered much did not have too much, and he who gathered little had not less. But thanks be to Elohim, who puts the same eagerness for you into the heart of Titus, because he received the appeal indeed, but being more eager, he went to you of his own accord. And we sent him with the brother whose praise is in the good news through all the assemblies, and not only so, but who was also chosen by the assemblies to travel with us with this gift that is administered by us to the esteem of the Adon himself and your ready mind, avoiding this, that anyone should blame us in this generous gift which is administered by us. For we provide what is right, not only in the sight of Yahuah, but also in the sight of men. And we sent with them our brother, whom we have often proved eager in many ways, but now much more eager, because of the great reliance which we have in you. As for Titus, he is my partner and fellow worker for you. As for our brothers, messengers of the assemblies, the esteem of Mashiach. Therefore, show to them the proof of your love and of our boasting on your behalf and in the presence of the assemblies. Indeed, concerning the service to the Qorin'tiyim, it is unnecessary for me to write to you, for I know your eagerness, about which I boast of you to the Macedonians, that Achia was ready a year ago, and your ardor has stirred up most of them. But I sent the brothers, lest our boasting on behalf of you should be made empty in this part, in order that, as I said, you were ready, lest if some Macedonians come with me and find you not ready, we, not to speak of you, should be put to shame because of our belief. So I thought it necessary to appeal to the brothers to come to you in advance and arrange your promised barakah beforehand, this to be ready as a barakah and not as greediness. And this, he who sows sparingly shall also reap sparingly, and he who sows on barakah shall also reap on barakah. Let each one give as he purposes in his heart, not of grief or of necessity, for Elohim loves a joyous giver. And Elohim is able to make all favor overflow toward you, that you, always having all you need in every way, have plenty for every good work. As it has been written, he scattered abroad, he gave to the poor, his righteousness remains forever. And he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food shall supply and increase the seed you have sown, and increase the fruit of your righteousness, being enriched in every way for all simplicity, which works out thanksgiving to Elohim through us. Because the rendering of this service not only supplies the needs of the Qorin'tiyim, but also is overflowing through many thanksgivings to Elohim. Through the proof of this service, they esteem Elohim on the submission of your confession to the good news of Mashiach and generosity in sharing with them and all men, and by their prayer for you who long for you because of the exceeding favor of Elohim in you. Thanks also to Elohim for his unspeakable gift.